Hey, welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Well, today hasn't been a real busy day at all. I've just kind of been wanting to sleep and haven't been able to. My blood sugars? What's up my blood sugars, you ask? Well, let's take a look, shall we? Just gotta unclip it from my shorts. And we are at 12. Can't really see that, can you? But 12.7. So let me just do what I have to do. I'll be right back. Okay, back. I took some insulin, gave my dose for dinner, and now we're going to wait a bit. Sorry, I just had to move something. So, I wanted to talk to you about what happened just now. My blood sugar went up to 12.7, and I was supposed to take a look at it and say, oh well, that's correct. And I want to kind of know, for you to notice, when you're a type 1, how quickly things can go awry. You know, I've told the story before how I wasn't really feeling well. Sorry, my iPad fell dead. But I made an appointment to go see my doctor because I was kind of fighting a cold for 2 days. And I went to the doctor and he said, well, go get your blood sugar done. I went, did my blood sugar, went and got some milk, came home. I was so thirsty coming home that I started opening up and drinking the whole milk. I had to go out and get more before the end of the story. And what ended up happening was my blood sugar was so high that the lab called the doctor right away and said, this is severe. And so the doctor said, I'm going to call an ambulance and I want you to go to the emergency room. That's so straight. There we are. A little bit better. And so I went and my blood sugar was 72.8 or what, I think. And anyway, times that by 18 and you'll get your blood sugar. They were just totally like, oh my God, what's going on with you? High blood sugar. Now, the story that when I went into DKA very quickly I can remember getting up in the morning and doing something and feeding my dog and was going to have a shower. And all of a sudden, my friend shows up. I said, what? He says, cool, lie down. You're not acting right. Okay. I forgot to take my insulin, and with my leg infection, it just sent it through the roof. So, you want to make sure that you come up with a routine so that you are able to do what you have to do for your treatment. Now, it sounds pretty logical, right? But life gets in the way. Everything sort of gets in the way. And you really need to take care of yourself. And it's not going to be easy. I can tell you, things never look good. And this is... He never said anything about my diabetes. But I had a boss once, and he came in the morning, and I had a bloody nose. Like, you know, it wasn't like I wasn't injured or anything. My nose just started to run. And I said, you just need to watch the till for a second. And I went in, got cleaned up and everything, came back out. And he went after me about how inconsiderate. You should have arranged to have your nose bleed earlier. And I kind of looked at him and said, what? You know, it's nothing that I control. Now, if you want to talk about the sweets I ate during the night and diabetes, okay. But you don't need to how inconvenient you are because I had a nosebleed. And then he usually disappears, and I'm usually like 10 minutes late because he's taking so long to get himself ready for the shift. So, yes, you're always going to get people who don't understand. And that part wasn't diabetes related, but if I did have a low blood sugar and saying I need time to deal with it, he would have given the same answer, saying, you know, you really are inconsiderate. But you need to somehow get in a routine of getting up in the morning, obviously, testing, having something to eat, prepare a lunch or have money or whatever, and eat dinner while taking your doses and testing throughout the day. If you don't, 10 chances you're going to end up in trouble. And for someone like me, trouble's not a good thing to get into. Now, a lot of times we all kind of would say, well, I'd like to get sick for just a week, just to relax. But when you have diabetes, it's not sort of like, well, I'm just going to sit down and eat chicken noodle soup, watch the movie. I have a feeling that a lot of times diabetics get hit with the cold or flu hard. And now when you're seeing this, it is it is November, it's by September. You need to be fully aware and get your vaccines. Get your COVID boosters. Get your COVID vaccine if you haven't got your COVID vaccine. Forget all the hype. COVID vaccines are safe. I've had 4 of them. Flu vaccine. It's important that you get treated, because if you don't and you get ill, you're liable to really get sick. And it's not something to laugh about, because a lot of times people who get sick with the flu or a cold will end up in the hospital. So it's up to you to come up with a routine that works for you. You know, no doctor will print out a routine and say, yes, you need to follow this, and when it won't work for you. Because who's going to follow it? Diabetes has gone from a very regimented care to somewhat more lenient. And we are always kind of wondering, are we being too lenient? Well, if you end up in the hospital because you haven't treated yourself right, chances are you were a little too lenient. But try to stay out of the hospitals as much as possible. Anyway, have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Bye now.
This is